In 1895, the brakes on a train failed, causing it to crash through a 2-foot-thick wall at Gare Montparnasse in Paris, France. The engine careened across the train station concourse, blasting through the wall and landing on the street 1 story below in Place de Rennes. A woman standing outside and directly below the train was killed. She was helping her husband at his newspaper stand while he was away gathering newspapers to sell that evening. Good and bad things happen, and architecture provides a kind of theater, or more specifically, stage set. The architect designs the backdrop, and the actor cares mostly about how it works. And therein lies the grand separation, the chasm between what architects find important and what many people don't. It's not that architects don't care about function, or people couldn't care less about aesthetics. Neither is true. It's simply a gap which separates 2 ways of perceiving or understanding. There's another gap too, one that seems to have its origins at the beginning, and it's about how people perceive the architect. In ancient Greece, a select apprentice became an expert at all the building trades. He was called the arkhitekton, or master builder. When ready, he had the authority to direct design and construction, a kind of Superman, revered and honored. But architects aren't just men anymore, and the job description has grown increasingly complex. There remains a level of respect for the profession, although what architects do beyond design is still a mystery to most. The perception that architects mostly design is a myth, and in turn architects can quickly become discouraged. Architecture is a business. Not all clients are wonderful, and the world is litigious. In the US, the student studies 5 to 8 years in college, interns, takes a lengthy test, and eventually gets licensed. It takes decades to learn enough to be facile in the profession. An architect is considered young at the age of 40 or 50, and architects need to hustle to stay busy. Like any entrepreneur, there is no state pension for the golden years. With all the work required to become an architect, things seem upside down. It's fashionable to call someone else the architect of a movement, campaign, or groundbreaking business. However, it's also illegal within the profession in every state of the US to call oneself an architect unless you've got a license. Popular culture has confused us, and our thinking has poisoned behavior. The architect is an honored but underutilized talent. Ironically, most people wouldn't have surgery without a surgeon, or go to court without a lawyer, but in general the public seems unfazed by building design without architects.